Hi everyone, it's Emma Dennison here to read the poem that I chose for this week. I chose kind of a different kind of poem. I didn't go with one that was by any famous poet. It's actually from a monologue from a girl on a movie called Wind River that was produced last year. And immediately when I heard it, it just resonated with me a lot. It isn't necessarily anything I can relate to, but it just has a lot of emotion, and I think you guys will probably pick up on that. So here it is. It's called Meadow in My Perfect World. There's a meadow in my perfect world, where wind dances the branches of a tree, casting leopard spots of light across the face of a pond. The tree stands tall and grand and alone, shading the world beneath it. There will come a day when I rest against its spine and I look over the valley where the sun warms but never burns. I will watch leaves turn, green, then umber, then crimson, then no leaves at all. But the tree will not die, for in this place winter never comes. It is here, in the cradle of all I hold dear, I guard every memory of you. And when I find myself frozen in the mud of the real, far from your loving eyes, I will return to this place, close mine, and take solace in the simple perfection of knowing you. And that's the end. So it's definitely a poem about love and a significant other, which isn't necessarily why I really like the poem. I think I just really like the descriptions of all the meadow that she is describing in her perfect world, which is very obvious for me. And I just like the analogies, I guess, the leopard spots of light across a pond. Everyone can see that who's seen a pond. They can relate to just the literally the leopard spots that it casts. The tall trees, I think, can be kind of a metaphor to yourself and your being, standing alone in your own meadow, essentially after you have passed on, which I think is a really good metaphor. So that's mostly why I liked the poem. I think it just really is beautiful, and I don't know, I just could relate to it the most every time. I kept trying to find maybe a famous name or a famous poem, and I just kept coming around to this because of the simplicity, and it is even kind of a decently long poem, and usually I'm not able to have my attention stay on a long poem for a really long time. So I was glad that I was able to find something that really just stuck with me. And it's actually really funny because I've liked this poem ever since I saw the movie last year. And so I was really glad to have a class that I could tell people about it just because of how much I love it. So yeah, that's my poem.